Welcome to the Axis app. This app enables the creation of a wide range of questions, from small numbers to very large ones, negative numbers, fractions, decimal numbers, and a range of types of questions that can be created. So let's see how the tools of the app work. First, we choose the range of the axis. Now, the default is 0 to 10, so let's change the 10 to 1 and click Update Edges of Axis. Now, we'll use this button to drag a new axis onto the screen, and we see we have the range 0 to 1. Here, we choose how to divide the axis. So we'll click up. Now it's 2, 3, 4, and then click this button. We can now click these marks here, here, and here, and we have a ready question. What are the numbers behind the rectangles? Well, we can click them to find out. 1/4, 2/4, and 3/4. If we mark Reduce Fractions, then fractions that can be reduced will be reduced. So let's click it. And here we see the half. Let's unmark this. The choice depends on what you want to emphasize in the lesson. We can click Arcs. This simply adds arcs, which can be convenient to emphasize jumps. From this button, Arc, we can drag out a single arc onto the screen. We drag this arc from this little dot, and with the other edge, we can change the range. So let's unmark Arcs, and let's place this one here. And we could ask, what is this range? And the answer is a half. It's the difference between 3/4 and 1/4. 3/4 minus 1/4 is a half. We can reduce fractions and also drag this arc here, another way to see it's a half. In the default mode of the axis, it represents fractions, but we can move to decimal representation. To change the decimals, we drag from the 0.5. We got the word decimal. Then we just place it on the axis and let go. And we have decimal numbers. We can change the size of the font with these buttons here. So let's make the font bigger, like this, or smaller, like this. And of course, we can drag from here a return to fractions. Now, let's create a number. So we'll write here a 5th. And now, drag this number onto the screen with this button. Now, we can choose what question we want to ask about the 5th. Here, the assumption is we're building this before the lesson. So let's choose Where is the number? Well, we click it. Let's get rid of the arc by dragging it out of the screen and just letting it go. Now, we ask the students to try to place the 5th at the right place on the axis. The goal is to have the exact point inside this circle. So the students could first say that a 5th is, of course, less than a half. Well, it's also less than a quarter. So let's say they try here. When we're ready, we click the question mark, and we have a nice job. Click any key to continue, so we click. And the circle moved to the exact spot. Okay, let's change this to 3/8 and bring this on. This time we'll ask, what is the number? So let's click it, and the number appears in the exact spot. And the question for the students will be, what is it? We can drag this number up and down, but not left to right. And when we click it, we see the answer. So we can ask, where is the number, or what is the number? So we just saw all the tools of the app, and now we'll show you a few examples of interesting questions that can be created with the app. Okay, so let's open a new page. Again, choose the range 0 to 1. And now we'll bring in two axes, 1 and 2. So we'll divide this one into 2, and let's divide this one into 3. Axes on the same page will always have the same range. Now, let's bring in 2/5. and ask, where is the number? So one student could say that 2/5 is less than half. Another student may notice that 2/5 is more than a third. So let's try here. Click the question mark of either circle, and we're in range. Okay, let's move on to the next page with the question we've prepared. Now, notice that in this page, we removed the buttons. We did this with this button. We click it to add the buttons or to remove them. So here we have two questions. What is the number in the middle? This is halfway between 0 and 2, so it's 1. And what is the jump? 2 divided by 3 is 2/3. 2/3 plus another 2/3, 1 and a third. Well, we can also click this mark once and twice to show the 2/3. Okay, next page. And the question is, with the axis from 0 to 10,000, where is the 100? So some students might place the 100 about here. And let's see if this is correct. Well, it's not. A 100 is very small compared to 10,000. A 100 fits 100 times in 10,000. So let's click the screen, and the 100 has been moved to the correct spot. All right, next page. Here the axis does not start from 0. We have the range 27 to 40. So all the way from here to here, well, that's 13. The 13 is divided into 4. 13 divided into 4 is 3 1/4, so 27 plus 3 1/4 is 30 1/4. Okay, let's move on. Next page. Here we have negative numbers. The range here is 9, and when we divide by 3, we get 3, so each jump is 3. The arcs help think in terms of a jump, so -5 plus 3 is -2. And then we have another 3, which is 1. And for the next example, we can have the axis of 0 to a third. And we can ask, so where should the fourth be? Now, we could allow the students to decide how to divide the axis. So students may see the third and the fourth and think the axis should be divided into 12. Well, in fact, the axis should be divided into 4. Now, let's unmark reduced fractions. So a third is 4/12. So this is a 12th, 2/12, 3/12, and 3/12 are a fourth. So that's it. As you see, the Axis app really does enable the creation of a wide range of questions in a wide range of topics. And we really hope you enjoy using this in class. Thank you for watching.